Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the Smack Raw podcast, your one-stop shop for all your wrestling news, recaps, pay-per-view predictions, all that other good stuff. My name is Vince, and I'm here joined today by my good friend Jay Thunder. Yo, man, how's it going?
What's up, Vince? It's good to be back on Smack Raw, man. It's been a minute.
What do you mean it's been a minute? You were here last week.
Oh, I was? I
Yeah.
was? Oh, man.
You took the 1 week off, and then you were back last week.
It feels like it, man. It feels like forever, man. Like I swear it does. Every time that I get on, like I'm on the podcast with you, like it feels like it's forever every time because I mean it's a weekly thing, so
Yeah.
you know how it goes.
Hey man, you do have the open invite. The door's always open. You want to like record something Tuesday morning with Raw, or do you want to record something Friday night with SmackDown? Shit, hop on that, man.
Oh, there's so much wrestling. Oh God, it's like you gotta realize, man. I'm a wrestler myself, so like I can't. I don't want to get tired of the thing that I love so much.
Like, I know what you mean, man. The last thing you want to do is burn yourself out, but I don't think we burnt ourselves out with tonight's episode of NXT because it was a great show from start to finish. Even stuff that I felt like I wasn't going to be into was surprisingly intriguing because they advanced a lot of story tonight, and they set some stuff up for War Games and some stuff for next week. But before we talk about today's show, we also want to talk to you guys about today's show on Twitter, social media, and down below in the comment section on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, go ahead and comment down below. Me and Jay will reply. Anyone from the Smack Raw crew will reply to you. We're all very active. We're trying to be as social as we can. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of today's episode. Anything you want to ask the crew. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you help us reach the 100 subscriber mark. Hit the like button, turn the little notification bell thing on so you know when we go live with a video. Currently, right now, as we're recording this, the AEW podcast is being recorded live by Kyle and Rob. So, unfortunately, we couldn't do like a dual live show,
But shout out to Kyle. Shout out to them. They're doing their thing over there. We're doing our thing over here. So, but it's all love here. It's all love.
For sure. All love. And we want all that love spread throughout social media. So make sure you give us some love on Twitter at SmackRawPod. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter and all social medias at SESVince. Jay, go ahead, do your thing.
You can also hit me up at JThunder2009. You can hit me up on Twitter, JThunder2009. Instagram, JThunder2009. But enough of the plugs. Enough of all that. Let's get to Vince's favorite part. The times where we sit here and we go gaga. Oh, well, more so him going gaga over Angel Garza. Because you know what? For the start of NXT, we had a nice little Cruiserweight Championship match, which, you know what? I had fun with this match.
Mm-hmm.
Lio Rush, the man of the hour, went against the guy with the pants, Angel Garza. So
that's how you describe him, the guy with the pants.
The guy with the pants.
I mean, that's a big part of his gimmick, but he's so much more than that, Jay. You're underselling the guy.
You know what? I'm not. You know what? I just, I guess it's just more so the fact that like I give so much props to Lio Rush because he's been doing this for a while, and the fact that like he's gotten out of that crap hole that he was in, like for the past like year, like I like the come up story. It helps when something like when he got serious heat, and now he's like doing his thing. Like I'm down for it. Like yeah, you can't knock me for liking the fact that Lio Rush is just like came from like the bottom and just like got himself up there. He's Cruiserweight champion now. I mean, like, and he definitely deserves it. So,
dude, you have no arguments on my end. I love Lio Rush just as much as the next guy. Unless the next guy is Angel Garza, because I love that guy just a little bit more because he's so good, dude. He's just so good.
I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. So before now that we're done, he's done going gaga over Angel Garza or whatever. But the thing about all of this is that the match, that's where it's all at, man. It was nothing but nonstop action. It was really good. I saw a moonsault slam. I wasn't expecting that,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very amazed. Like I said, you know what? I have no beef with Angel Garza, so literally watching that move, like they both did their thing, and I loved every moment of it. It was good, and you know what? Leo Rush, that man knows how to sell. He knows how to sell really good. Like, wow. Like I literally thought that there was something wrong with him.
For sure. I mean, dude, like not only the in-ring stuff was really good, the character and the story of the match was good because when they started this match, Leo Rush makes his way to like the ringside area, and he goes to greet his family, his wife, his kids is there, and apparently he has other family in the audience, and that would go that would play into effect later on in the match because they start off the match, they play off the whole like handshake bit from last week. And Leo Rush was having none of it. There was a little bit of mind games to start off with Angel Garza, especially when he goes to the outside, jumps the barricade, and takes off his pants in front of the man's wife. That shit was hilarious to me, dude. That's next level baller right there. Like, I'm sorry.
More so disrespectful, but
Hey man, hey man. I'm sorry. I can't hate on the guy, man. That's pretty ballsy, dude. That's pretty ballsy. I mean, if it was your wife, you'd be livid, and that was a great story they were telling. He was trying to piss off Leo Rush, trying to get it inside his mind, trying to play mind games, trying to take him off his game, basically, and have him be distracted with that. It almost worked because at one point my boy Angel Garza hits his finisher, the wing clipper, but Leo Rush was able to kick out from it. And not only that, but later down in the match, Leo Rush hits the final hour, and Angel Garza kicks out of that. Like, dude, these guys kicked out of each other's finishers. Like you don't see that too often in a WWE match unless it's like an intense feud or rivalry. And it looks like these two guys are going down that line. It looks like these two guys are both like not done with each other, especially with the finish. Let's build up to the finish and tell me what you thought of the finish.
well, first of all, let's add to the fact that he tried to give a wing clipper on the top rope.
Oh yeah, because that's what set it up. It was he was trying to do a wing clipper from the top rope, and he got like almost like a hurricane run, like a head scissors, like a waist head scissors down to the
Mm-hmm.
mat, and that's how he hit the first final hour. But Angel Garza was able to kick out. From there, I think he was trying to set up a second final hour, but this time as Angel Garza was getting up, and it was like almost like a springboard position from Leo, and he gets the final hour that time, and he gets the 1-2, foot's on the rope, ref doesn't see it. Three, Leo Rush wins after the like immediately. Angel Garza's almost like pissed. He's like, "What? What? The foot was on the rope. My foot was on the rope." He was
Well,
so.
here's my thing though. I don't know if you noticed,
Mm-hmm.
but Leo Rush did. I don't know whether or not it was true or not, but his like he had his foot on the rope at the second, like maybe like before the count of two,
Mm-hmm.
and then he removed it before the count of three.
Oh, so that's what happened. So it was
Yeah,
that he had the foot up in clearly in time before the 2 count. Leo noticed it and put it down.
that's what
Damn.
I'm saying. I think that's what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but like don't quote me on it because like I said, it looked from by the time the 3 count was done, his foot wasn't on the rope anymore.
Right. Maybe okay, it could be that, or like I'm hoping it's not, but maybe it was just one of those cases where he was trying to keep the foot on the rope, but he wasn't close enough to the rope, so he kind of like slipped off, and they had to still play up the storyline. So it could be either or. Yeah, but regardless, the end result was Leo Rush walking away cruiserweight champion. Did you peep that the crowd actually booed that result?
Yeah, Yeah, I did, and I was kind of iffy about it because like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you guys, if like the thing about it is that I know the fans have this thing about booing the face and cheering the heel and all that stuff, but this match was the crowd was literally half and half.
Yeah.
Um, they were literally cheering for Leo Rush and cheering for Angel Garza, and at this point, I would think you would want to keep your face alive. Like
Mm.
he shouldn't have won if it was a foot on the rope. He shouldn't have won like that.
No.
And if you would have, like, I feel like if he really wanted to win, like, if they still wanted to like keep it going,
Mhm.
then a roll up would have been so much better.
True, but I mean, to be fair, I mean you are the professional wrestler here. I am not, so like your opinion is a little bit more valid than mine. But I don't. Me personally, as a fan, I didn't mind the finish because it plays up the story that Angel Garza was kind of screwed. He technically didn't lose. It was more of a protected win for him. So you can go ahead and maybe set up a rematch down the line. Fingers crossed that that shit happens in Chicago, dude, because I will lose my mind. If it happens in Chicago, I will lose my mind for Angel Garza. But I also love Leo Rush. I know these two guys killed it. They had one of, if not one of the better matches on the card. And I would be so stoked to be able to see that live. I don't know if you noticed. It happened afterwards, but they released like footage after the match where Angel Garza was so livid. He goes up to Leo Rush's wife, and as she it goes into like a screaming match back and forth, gets in her face and says it's not valid. I had my foot on the rope. You're like he didn't really win, and she was going back. She was going back at him saying that it doesn't matter. You lost. Like the ref counted 1, 2, 3. You lost. Just take the loss like a man or whatever. Did you catch that or?
I don't think I caught that.
Mhm.
At the time when I was watching it, um, with this wonderful Chicago weather, I have Dish, so it was a moment of time where not only I was dealing with the fact of the weather, but I was also dealing with the fact that my dog was chewing the cable wire. So,
Oh man.
we were having some issues with the cable, but like I said, I was still able to watch all of NXT.
Yeah.
So, I didn't get to watch that part of it though.
No,
Like,
okay, so that wasn't actually on the broadcast. That was on NXT's official Twitter page, and they released a video. And then
oh,
they also released a video of Leo Rush doing a promo, almost basically telling Angel Garza to watch himself, to not step to his wife like that again, or else he's gonna like rearrange his mouth. Or I don't remember what he was saying, but the gist of it was get away from my wife, stay away from my wife, because I will mess you up, basically. But like you were saying, you had issues at your house. NXT had issues in their house too, because in an overlining story that was being told throughout the entire night was these attacks that happened. The first attack happened right after this match. We saw Rhea Ripley and Tegan Knox taken out in like the backyard area, in the field area of NXT outside of Full Sail, and they were immediately speculating, oh, is this a Raw or SmackDown attack? Who's attacking? And honestly, like I was pretty set that it was either Raw or SmackDown Superstars. I wasn't set on that. I should say I was believing there was someone else. I was thinking that I didn't think it was NXT. It was NXT being attacked by main roster. I thought it was from within. I initially thought it was Team Baszler making the attacks. After that, though, we go straight. Wait, unless you want to add to that.
well, we just want to like, with me,
Hmm.
because I just like you, I watched NXT last week,
Hmm.
and I didn't think it was Team Baszler. With me, I was going to assume even before the nice little interview with Bay Mia Yim,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna assume that it was gonna be Dakota Kai. Me
Right.
personally.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of like seeds planted to lead us to believe that. But
Hmm.
let's go on to the next match, and we'll keep this Dakota Kai and these mystery attacks storyline a running thread throughout the podcast. Next up, we
The
had
mystery continues.
the yes it does. But what wasn't a mystery was this match, Xia Li versus Aaliyah. It's no mystery at all that Xia Li is a great wrestler. Like, she's a nice up and coming wrestler. I really like her. Her whole packaging, her moveset, I really like. It was a
I don't know,
okay,
but she's
yeah, okay.
the only reason why I say I don't know is because, well, you know what? I'll let you finish, Vince.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well,
Finish.
I mean, we could go into this match, but there wasn't really too much to talk about. It was a pretty short match. The big talking
Mm-hmm.
point of this match was what happened towards the end, where Xia Li hit Aaliyah with a roundhouse kick and pinned her, like beat her once. Wait, I don't even think she pinned her. I don't
She
think
did.
she did pin
She
her
did.
one. Oh, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
she won 1, 2, 3. So because
Mm-hmm.
I looked up, I saw the roundhouse kick. I looked down for a sec, and then I don't recall hearing the 1, 2, 3. I didn't recall hearing the ring bell, but we did see Xia Li, not Xia Li, Aaliyah being tended to by by a WWE physician. He had a towel, like one of those white towels, and he had the gloves. He was working on Aaliyah. She looked like she legit got either rocked or she got busted open or something happened. And sure enough, she did, because she had her nose broken by Xia Li. She stiffed her on the roundhouse kick. As a wrestler, what's your take on this? Do you think it was is all on Xia Li? Do you think it's her fault? She shouldn't be so reckless with those kicks, or do you think it was
Well,
more of Aaliyah not being ready for it, or a combination of just like an accident, a freak accident?
well, I mean, come on, man. Obviously it's a freak accident. I mean, I could, sit here and talk about the fact that, Xia Li, is not a safe worker. We could also say that about Nia Jax, but we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah,
But I mean, like, this is wrestling we're talking about. Accidents always happen. I can name a few accidents where things have gone horribly wrong. Seth Rollins, when he tried to power bomb Kane.
oh,
Joey Mercury when he in the ladder match.
oh, dude, that Joey
I'm pretty sure.
Mercury match. Oh my god, that ladder match with the Hardys and Eminem, dude.
Yes.
That I've never seen a face look like hamburger meat like that match. Like, Joey Mercury's face legit looked like hamburger meat, dude. It was
Hmm.
bad. It was so
Hmm.
bad. Um,
And even what we were talking about earlier when I mentioned the whole gigging and blading Eddie Guerrero.
yeah,
So it's an accident. It happens. You know, it's not. It's not. No, I'm trying to get the word for it. It's no one's fault. It happens. Like, this isn't. I mean, but then again, this isn't like ballet.
right,
So
exactly.
this is wrestling we're talking about. Like, things are gonna happen. Like, everyone in that ring, puts their body on the line every night to entertain the fans. We do this because we love it. Does not matter what the situation is. All that adrenaline, all that everything, at the end of the day, yeah, we still hurt, but we love what we do. And it doesn't matter, like, how hurt we get.
Yeah,
Achilles tendons, pectoral muscles, broken freaking necks,
broken noses, which was looked like a theme of
freaking
tonight.
noses. Yeah, I mean, no, the theme of the night is Asians going strong style and like destroying people.
Hey,
Asians just
that's another theme of the night. Asian strong style was alive and well in NXT tonight.
oh yeah,
Um,
it was.
Going back to the whole incident, though, I really do hope Aaliyah is okay. Hopefully it's nothing too serious that will keep her out of action. Obviously, not too invested in Aaliyah, but I don't want to see people get hurt. So I hope she's okay. Going after that, though, we go straight into Finn Balor himself. He comes out.
First of all, let me just say something.
Yes.
I love this new Finn Balor. Not only that, because I don't know if anyone noticed this. I guess it's just because I'm a very big sneakerhead. But did anyone notice that Finn Balor had on the all black Air Jordan 1s? I was having I had a moment. I was like,
wait,
it's
hold
a
on.
sneakerhead?
Wait, hold
what?
on. Hold up. Time out. Wait, he busted out some J's?
He wore all black J's, Air Jordans, number 1s. and I noticed it because of the fact that I was if they're not Air Jordans, they're Dunks. But I know for a fact that they're Air Jordan 1s.
No,
but you know, like I said, I either way, I love the fact. Like I know that, like when it comes down to it, I'm if you guys don't know, there are two things that I love there are three things that I love in this world besides wrestling: hats, video games, and sneakers.
What about basketball?
And let's not talk about that. That's for another podcast. But
spoiler alert.
But either way, I saw him and I was a little bit. I was like, okay, Finn, you got a little style there. Okay, cool. I see you coming out with the Jordan 1s. All right, cool.
Hey man, speaking of style, have you peeped how, like, this might be the second time he's done a full entrance, how he's changed it up, how this time he starts off like how he usually does. He does the whole like does like the raising arm thing, but as he does the raising arm thing, instead of like putting a huge bright light over the crowd, it turns into a spotlight focusing on him and darkens the entire arena, almost like it's like, nah, this is just me. So he does the little hand pose and then transitions into the finger gun. And I don't know, like,
I love it.
It's very different.
I love it.
Because one of the best thing about Finn Balor's entrance back when he was a face was he would do the little pose and you do it with him, and then he'd do it again, and it was a whole theatrical experience with Finn Balor. And Finn Balor has taken the experience of doing the entrance with the fans away from the fans. And he did call out the fans and the roster. He was calling out NXT. He was saying that it's basically become soft since he's left. A bunch of people complaining on Twitter about injuries and just like soft in general. And then he calls out Matt Riddle specifically too. And I just thought he was just going to run Matt Riddle down. But Matt Riddle comes out from out of nowhere and just attacks him and just lays into Finn Balor and forces him to retreat.
Out of nowhere. Randall Keith Orton would be proud.
He really, dude, he pulled the, I don't even know where the heck that's from, but he legit just like emerged from like behind him, like from behind his shoulder. Like the camera work was so good. Like you didn't even see Matt Riddle until like the last minute. Like,
yeah, it was really good. Like the camera work, they did a really good job on the camera work. I was like, I literally looked up for a minute and then I looked down. Next thing you know, I see Matt Riddle beating the crap out of Finn Balor. I was like, oh, where did he come from?
Yeah, man, it was. I don't even know how to describe it, man. It was pretty cool. It was cool, man. I love Matt Riddle. He's dope, and he forced Finn Balor. Hold up. I think we're both getting to the same thing. He forces Finn Balor to retreat into the crowd, and he's inside the ring. He's like, "Oh, come on, let's go!" Undisputed Era's music hits. They come out. They try to surround the ring and attack.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly. That's exactly what was said to Matt Riddle. Wrong place, wrong time, bro. But he had some backup because the rest of Team Ciampa, Keith Lee, and Ciampa himself came out and did make the save. It was a 3-on-4 situation, a little bit more evened out, even though Undisputed Era did still have the advantage. And it came into a thing where like Keith Lee took the mic And I think that was the first time in like a while within this whole NXT invading Raw and SmackDown, and this whole Team Ciampa stuff has really elevated Keith Lee, because he wasn't doing much for the longest. Then he gets injected into this thing with Undisputed Era, and he's a star in the making. I knew he's great, but he over here and dropped a solid promo. He gave
I was wait when he grabbed the mic. I was waiting to hear I was interested in hearing what he was gonna say.
Yeah, and the gist of it was he was calling out Adam Cole. He wanted a piece of Adam Cole. He was saying that you beat Daniel Bryan, you didn't back down to Seth Rollins, but are you gonna back down to me? And before Adam Cole can even say anything, Roderick Strong takes the mic and says, no, Adam Cole deserves a day off or something. He's had a long week as a champion. He deserves a night off. And if you want to if anyone's gonna take you on, or if you want to face anyone, it's gonna be me. And Keith Lee's like, I'm not picky, let's do it. So it does set up Roderick Strong versus Keith Lee. Dude, talk to me about this match, dude. What you liked about this?
So in general, I loved how Keith Lee looked strong. Like it was that match. I have nothing bad to say about that match. There's nothing I can say about that match. There's no bad thing I can say about that match. Let me reiterate, guys. Let me reiterate this one more time. There is nothing bad that I can say about that match. It was a big guy, little guy. Roderick Strong and Keith Lee worked really well together. Except I didn't understand why that Keith Lee got a little too cocky and tried to do something on the top rope,
mm-hmm.
and then kind of just let Roderick Strong superplex him. I mean, I thought it was cool.
It was a nice little visual. Getting back into the match, Roderick Strong does get a little bit of the upper hand for a bit, but go ahead. Lead us through this. I will
say one thing, dude, I don't know what it is about Roderick Strong's strikes, but they are just spot on. He does them so good. Every time that I see him strike, if he gives a big strike, if he gives one of those knees, or if he gives one of those forearms, or if he gives one of those I guess it's it looks so much like a Claymore kick so bad. It looks like a Claymore kick, but it's not. Because if it was a Claymore kick, that would be like a finish, and that says so much about Drew McIntyre and his horrible Claymore kick.
Oh my gosh, that's a strong take. No pun intended.
Well, no, it's not even. It's a. I see what you did there.
Hey man, it just happened. No, it just kind of flowed.
Yeah, no, it's not even that. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's kind of like how I feel about everyone fucking. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I should not be cursing.
It happens. Don't worry about it.
It's kind of how people use the sling blade all the time, or they use super kicks all the time. It defeats the value of the move. So if I see someone do a Claymore kick and the Claymore kick's not a finish, then what am I gonna look? I'm gonna look at Drew McIntyre and be like, so you just finished off a dude with a Claymore kick that someone just kicked out of 2 matches ago?
For sure, man. But dude, speaking of a sling blade, one of the guys that really uses it a lot, Finn Balor, made his presence known. He came out and before that actually happened, halfway through the match, it did seem like Keith Lee was getting the upper hand again, and Keith Lee might get the victory. Undisputed Era comes out to try to interfere again, the conniving weasels that they are, but they were stopped by Matt Riddle and Ciampa. Ciampa takes out, I think, Cole and Bobby Fish, and then Matt Riddle takes out the other person. But Matt Riddle is actually attacked by Finn Balor on the outside. He actually gets one of those those drop kick, those shotgun kicks into the steel steps. So he got attacked, and that distracted Keith Lee just a little bit. but it wasn't it wasn't enough for Roderick Strong to get the upper hand, because he really tried from that distraction, right? Because he hits that jumping high knee, and he hits his angle slam.
I don't know what he did. I think he kind of like just attacked him from behind, and
Yeah,
then
yeah. So
like kind of like
it was
took off his.
it was that shotgun drop kick that he does into the turnbuckle.
Oh no! As a matter of fact, I think he did do a sling blade. He did.
That's
I think
funny.
he did a sling blade, and then shotgun drop kicked them into the steel steps, and then that little coup de grace without the he did the stomp.
Yeah, it was kind of like a stomp thing, but like we were talking, it distracted Keith Lee for a bit. Roderick Strong hits the jumpy knee, angle slam. Keith Lee, I thought that was it. I like, first for one. I know it probably bugged you, but the fact that Roderick Strong was able to pick up Keith Lee that easily for an angle slam, I'm glad.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, no. Because, to be quite honest with you, it was okay because he hit him with that knee, and it caught him off guard. So I was okay with that.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to bring that up because I know it bugged you that Matt Riddle was able to pick Bronson Reed with ease.
But that was different though. He picked them up off of not even one move. It was like he literally tried to pick him up like in the corner.
Right. But yeah, going back into this though.
Supernova.
Yeah, for sure, man. And Keith Lee kicks out of the angle slam or whatever. Able to get the upper hand, hits the jackhammer for the win. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee is your winner. But he wasn't celebrating for too long because legit, like the minute he won, Undisputed Era goes and attacks Keith Lee again. I'm over here like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. And then obviously Matt Riddle can't go in there and help because he was just taken out by Finn Balor. So Ciampa tries to come in.
He just had his chest caved in by Finn Balor's J's. So
hey, for sure. And Ciampa tries his darndest to help out Keith Lee, but it's a 4-on-2 situation. 4-on-2 4-on-2 situation. So the math doesn't add up.
So here comes our guy, the guy whose name we can't get right, Dominik Dijakovic.
Hey, you actually got it right.
He comes out of nowhere.
He does. He comes out. He makes the save. He just like destroys Undisputed Era, hits Adam Cole with the Feast Your Eyes. But Dijak does go ahead and make the save. He goes to Ciampa. Stop it. He goes to Ciampa and says, "You're going to war. I want in." Ciampa shakes his hand. He agrees to be on Team Ciampa, it looks like. Then he turns around and walks into like a big big Keith Lee, and now they're face to face, almost acknowledging like, yeah, we've gone to war, we've had battles. And I like this whole setup. I kind of had a feeling that Dijak was going to be added to Team Ciampa. It just kind of makes sense with everything. But something that just wasn't making much sense, at least like storyline progression wise, was the second attack. We had another attack. It was one of, if not both of the horsewomen being attacked, and Candice LeRae was attacked. At Triple H, you can tell he's over here like trying to scramble. He's trying to get his troops in order. Now everyone's really thinking, okay, this is a SmackDown or Raw invasion, but who is it? Who is it? So that's the story throughout the night, because we saw the first attack, this is the second attack. Now we're over here just trying to speculate and figure out what's happening. But that continues onto the show. Next up, we had Bronson Reed take on Isaiah Swerve Scott, and personally, man, I mean, I thought it was a solid match. I can't really like hate on it, but like for me, I wasn't invested in this match just because there were so many big things happening. By default, it just seemed like a filler match, you know? What was your take on it?
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. However, I love the ring work between Bronson Reed and Swervo, because I know what they're trying to do with Isaiah Scott. I just don't like the fact that they're like, because for most of the match, Bronson Reed was doing really good.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with Isaiah Swerve Scott. I really don't. But what finisher did he do to
He
to to get the win?
So they were like going at it in the corner, and Bronson Reed was looking like he was gonna set up a top row pile driver, tombstone pile
Mm-hmm.
driver, and Isaiah reverses it, gets in control again, and I don't know if it happened all in one sequence or if they go back into that corner towards the end of the match. But Isaiah does like this like a rope assisted jumping DDT and gets the win that way.
Okay.
So it's kind of, so you know the Mickey DDT, you know the DDT that Mickey would do. So he was just in the corner, so he does.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hits him with that and pins Bronson Reed and gets the win. And afterwards, they do the whole sportsmanship handshake thing. Which at this point, if I'm Bronson Reed, I'm like, he did that with Isaiah Scott. I think he did that with. I'm trying to remember who else with Matt Riddle too. And I think this is his third loss in general. I don't think he's won a single match on NXT TV except for like when he was in the tournament, the breakout tournament in the first round that he won. Personally, I don't think I'd be happy if I was Bronson Reed. I'd be character wise, at least storyline perspective. I think he would be a little bit more upset about things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. I'm trying to figure out when's that gonna happen because that needs to happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I didn't like how the way that he went out with Matt Riddle. I mean, yeah, good sportsmanship, yeah, yada yada yada. But Isaiah Scott is someone that's even more smaller than him. He's losing all the small guys,
Exactly,
and that makes a mockery. That makes a mockery of big guys. That's my thing. I never have a problem with anyone. I'm not a person that hates people at all, but it's just I feel like there should be some type of equality. You feel me?
yeah.
Like he is a big guy. He should, have some. And if he doesn't, and if he doesn't win, it has to be a big. Like he has to look strong.
And here's the thing.
Like
There has to be like here's the thing. There has to be kind of like power levels in Dragon Ball Z, kind of like size and weight advantages in UFC and MMA. There has to be some kind of believability that a guy like Bronson Reed is gonna like most likely beat a guy like Isaiah Scott. Had it been like a roll up thing, I think that would have been better. I know you were talking about that being the case in the Leo Rush Angel Garza match. But I think a roll up here would have helped out Bronson Reed because it would have made him see like, damn, I had most of this match, but Isaiah Scott kind of outmaneuvered me that one time. I don't know, the fact that he lost clean to a DDT, I'm not liking it. Hopefully, it leads to something better for Bronson Reed down the line. But right now, it doesn't look like that.
And that's and I definitely agree with you on that. It shouldn't have been like he should have like got something way different than that.
Yeah, because at this point,
I was really I liked the match in general. Like it was still one of those filler matches. And I definitely like the fact that Bronson Reed's singlet says thick on it. So
yeah, I think that was the highlight.
I think of that. I think of that as just like amazing. Like embrace the fact that you're a buff boy. Like you a thick boy. Like I like that. You another Keith Lee. I mean, you're not as cool as Keith Lee, but you get what I'm saying.
For sure, dude. And speaking of speaking of moving on, let's move on to the next segment, which was Kathy Kelly. After this, Kathy Kelly shows up on like the little like crow's nest thing in the top of the NXT arena and confirms that at War Games, Dominic Dijakovic is going to be added to Team Ciampa, but that means that Matt Riddle is going to be taken out. So I thought it was going to set up a full Team Ciampa, and we already had a full team, but Riddle's going to be taken out of that match and added into a singles match with Finn Balor. And I don't know if you heard, but they actually confirmed on Tuesday on what's this called, WWE Backstage, that Johnny Gargano was actually injured, so he's legitimately injured. So I think the setup was supposed to be Matt Riddle to be in that War Games match, but because Johnny Gargano is legit injured, I think he was going to be Finn Balor's original opponent, and Finn just turned heel. He just returned to NXT. He has to be on War Games. He has to have a match. So they figured, okay, who we're going to pair up with Finn? We're going to pair up Matt Riddle, right? So it's Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor at War Games, but now Team Ciampa.
Well, I mean, it works because he, like I said, it all makes sense. But it's weird because, like I said, I didn't know that. Didn't Gargano just get off of an injury? Like, Jesus.
I know.
Like, man, this business, man. Like, let's hope that Ciampa stays like healthy. Like, I'm hoping he stays healthy.
Because at this point, it's concerning because I think here's the thing. I feel like Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor would be a bigger match given the story implications are a little bit deeper, and they just kind of like set the Matt Riddle versus Finn Balor seeds. They were planted last week. They were expanded on today. Next week they're gonna have some kind of blow off segment, and it's still going to be a good match. I just think storyline wise, based on how Finn turned, it would have been perfect for him to have Johnny Gargano as his opponent. But regardless, it's going to be good. What isn't good, though, is the Forgotten Sons, dude. Because, like, when they came back from commercial, or I think it was a little bit before commercial, they had, like, a little Forgotten Sons vignette. Me, personally, I could care less about the Forgotten Sons. They can
I was like,
they can stay forgotten.
They can stay forgotten.
They can stay forgotten.
I was just thinking that.
And we're just gonna go and carry on to the next segment, which was Pete. We saw Pete Dunne getting ready, and he was gonna have his match against Killian Dane. They were gonna have this blow off match, you know, since they've been having beef recently. And Pete Dunne comes out. He makes his way to the ring. He does this typical entrance. Killian Dane comes out, and he gets to the top of the stage. And before he can even like go down the ramp, he gets ambushed by Damian Priest. Gets attacked.
Were you about to say sodomized?
No. No.
Were you about to, no, it sounded like you were about to say that. Like you were about to say something. You were about to say something with an S, and I was like, what?
No. Okay. This podcast is going down the wrong pipeline. Let's
Anyway, Damian Priest comes in and he does this thing. He attacks Killian Dane from behind. It pretty much goes into a match where he takes him out. Then pretty much
he takes
Damian
out Pete
Priest
Dunne.
Looks at
yeah, he takes out Dunne.
Well, I was gonna say he looks at Pete Dunne, and they literally decide to go at it. Killian Dane comes from behind, and they're pretty much just fighting. They're fighting outside. Man, I wish they would have turned that into a triple threat match, but I'm pretty sure that's going to happen at War Games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought when this whole brawl was happening. I figured that was going to be a setup: Priest versus Dane versus Dunne, triple threat at War Games. Interesting setup. I'm kind of intrigued, but I think the highlight of this segment was Damian Priest, because at one point he's inside the ring and security is over there trying to he's trying to break everything up. But at this point it's just him and security. Security is like, oh shit, damn. He beats on this one guy. Then the other guy does the whole wait, hold up, time out, don't hurt me. Kicks him. He grabs one of the dudes and does a crucifix power bomb. And power bombs him to the outside to the rest of security. Pete Dunne and Killian Dane.
But he wasn't done.
No, he wasn't. Tell him, what did he do next, Jay?
So he sees, my boys out here, Pete Dunne and Killian Dane. They're still fighting because they're stubborn asses. So they're still going it out outside. Next thing you know, so guess who's gonna jump all the way out and jump all on them? Guess who? Damian Priest. Jumps all through there. Pretty much does a nice little plancha.
It's a step up tope con hiro. I'm over here like, what the fuck, dude? Every time he hits it, I'm over here like, damn, dude, he should not be able to do this, dude. Like, I'm not trying to do this because I'm not trying to gas you up or anything, but NXT has a lot of great athletic big men wrestlers, and it's nice change of pace to see, because I feel like main roster doesn't have too many of those. But they have Killian Dane, they have Damian Priest, they have Keith Lee, they have Bronson Reed, they have Dijak over there. There's so many options in terms of big men, and they're so versatile. I love it. And I can't wait to see this match. I can't wait. If this does indeed happen at War Games, I can't wait. But another match that I couldn't wait for, and I know you couldn't wait for either, was Mia Yim versus Io Shirai. Before the match gets set up, though, Kathy Kelly was interviewing Mia Yim, asking her, "Are you concerned at all about the attacks that have happened throughout the night?"
And Bay was like, "I got this. I can handle my own." So I was like, "Okay, I see you. I see you." And then, Dakota Kai comes out of nowhere and is like, "Oh yeah, I got your back."
Hey,
I was like, "Yeah, you sound
sketch."
I don't know. I don't trust that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're underselling the whole Dakota Kai thing, because she does come out. She does tell Mia Yim that there's no hard feelings. She was the better choice, and she's got her back tonight. But like you were saying, I
don't know.
All right, so
that's exactly how I feel. I don't know.
Okay, so let's bring this all full circle and bring it up. The first attack was on Tegan Nox and Rhea Ripley. The second attack was on the Horsewomen and Candice. Then at this point, you and I was thinking this, and then we discussed off screen, and we were basically both in agreement that we initially thought that this was Dakota Kai. Granted, it was never really confirmed who did the attacks, even though we have an idea who really it was. But we thought it was Dakota Kai about to turn heel, slowly dissecting the people that didn't choose her to be in War Games, and just goes ahead and attacks everyone that's in the match.
Screw you! I'm Dakota Kai. I can do anything anybody else can do. Heel turn, yo. Heel turn. Well, I was like, what?
Dude, and here's the thing. I legit was concerned, because she's like, "Oh, if things go wrong or whatever, I'll be there. I'll have your back," implying that if someone from Raw or SmackDown comes and attacks her, then she's got her back. She's gonna be out there. So that kind of sounded fishy to me. At that point, I'm over here like, we're gonna see a swerve. We're gonna see a swerve out there, and I'm not talking about Isaiah Scott. We're gonna see a swerve, and
we're gonna see a swerve.
So that was the interview. We go to commercial. We come back, and we have the official announcement. We have Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle at War Games. We get the little graphic. So dope. I can't wait to see that match. They also confirmed for next week Adam Cole taking on Dominik Dijakovic in a ladder match to determine who gets the War Games advantage on Saturday, which is basically a male version of the main event we got tonight. But I don't know if they're going to be able to top it, because, man, Mia Yim, Io Shirai, both these ladies, both these wrestlers, both these phenomenal talents just
did their thing.
They did their thing, Jay, dude. I can't even sit here and do this match justice, dude. They were brutal. There were so many cool spots. The superplex that Mia did to Io on the ladder at one point, to start the match, she slams Mia, that is, slams the ladder on Io Shirai's left hand, and that was the story that was playing throughout the entire match, where Io Shirai wasn't able to be at 100% because her left arm was hurt. That came into effect because she was trying to set up moves, and it wouldn't be the same setup. It wouldn't be as easy. Or she tried to.
But it does not change the fact that Io Shirai got that nice little boot with the ladder. That was it right to the face. I was like, wow.
Yeah, so it was Mia that had the ladder, and then Io Shirai does the little Rey Mysterio springboard drop kick thing that she does.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that one. I wasn't even talking about that.
Oh, you were talking about the Eat the Feet.
That was before. This is before all of that. I mean, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Because that one's the most brutal. Okay. But Mia Yim tries to throw her into the ladder outside, and she ducks over it. And Mia Yim gets hit with the ladder because Io Shirai literally just boots it right in, literally drop kicks it. So, well, Beth Phoenix called it a drop kick. It was a boot. So I don't know what she was thinking, but and then the superplex. It wasn't even a superplex. It was just a regular suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Like she hit a suplex onto the ladder, and you can tell that that was all ladder. So like I felt for her. Like, look, guys, I'm gonna let you know this right now. This is just me being a wrestler. Um, I took my first chair shot like maybe a week or two ago. It is not pretty. That shit hurts. I'm literally just I'm going off script here, and I am literally, well, I mean, we're always off script, but I'm literally just getting into it, talking about the fact that chair shots are not cool. So if you get hit by a ladder, it hurts just as bad. And I felt for her. That was crazy. Getting superplex onto a ladder doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. Man, woman, it, they, them, whatever. That stuff hurts. And you know what? Props up to them for like, doing whatever they can to, like, make that match happen. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Uh,
Just man.
yeah,
But
yeah. Go ahead.
we're not even done yet. The most the I think the part that got me the most though, I mean, even though uh Mia Yim tried to, I guess, like I think it was like a hip tosser. It was more like a up and over with Io Shirai, and she wound up just hitting her leg. It looked like she landed awkwardly.
Mm-hmm.
But the springboard that Vince was talking about was the one that got me the most.
Dude, it was bad because she hits the springboard drop kick, and like Mia legit like gets hit right in the nose, and initially you don't see it, but then you hear the crowd just gasp and oh, and then you're like, what happened? And you see like there's like a bunch of like blood on the mat, and you see Mia Yim, and she's like, her nose is gone, and we're over here like, not again, not another nose being broken on
Oh my
NXT.
god, like it was like
two
Jesus.
two in one show, dude. Two in one show. And here's the thing, I was legit concerned because at this
Style,
point,
hashtag Asian strong style.
Asian strong style is a thing in NXT apparently. And here's the thing, there was like a group, there was like a legit like a mob of people going to help and attending Mia Yim because they legit were concerned for her, dude.
But hey, funny thing about it is, Io Shirai, smart woman that she is, while no one's looking, decides, hey, you know what? I may have only one arm, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this ladder up, and I'm gonna go up there and take advantage of this.
Dude, yes,
It's crazy.
because she was setting up the ladder, and she kept talking to like the ref, and she was just like going up slowly. I'm like, damn, this is gonna be the finish. This is how they're gonna end it. I was very disappointed because
No, like, to be quite honest with you, I didn't think it was gonna be the finish either.
no. I
Considering,
thought it was okay. No, say
no,
that.
considering that I saw her talking to the ref, I knew that that wasn't gonna be the finish.
Okay. See, I thought she was talking to the
I
ref.
think what wound up happening, I think what wound up happening was is that the ref was trying to make sure that she was okay, to continue the match, because obviously Mia Yim just got her face cut open, so
Hmm. No, can't finish the match with two people that are injured. right, for sure. I mean, with me, I was seeing it almost as in the ref was telling her take it home. Just finish the match. Just we're gonna like call an audible because Dakota Kai wasn't even showing up at this point. So she starts to slowly go up the ladder, like one step at a time, using one arm because the other one's messed up from Mia
But I
Yim
mean,
like
that's also
bashing
good
it.
storytelling. She'd been getting it injured, so
Yeah, exactly.
hey.
And I love that they brought that back. That's just a great crucial part of like a good wrestling story. She goes up to the ladder and like they zoom out and they pan out and Mia Yim just like no, she just like hits like a second gear and pushes Io Shirai off the ladder and they go back and forth.
Yo,
I think at
I
this
was not expecting that. I was like, yo, in my head, I was like, yo, Mia, you get your ass up and handle your business, yo. And
right?
out of nowhere, she literally just gets up. grabs Io Shirai, and I'm like, yo, she is badass right now. Like, you know what?
Dude, they go back and forth, man. They over there. I think they were at one point they were playing tug of war with the ladder, and
Oh God, let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't
yeah,
want to talk about how many times they were playing tug of war with the ladder. Like, I was literally watching the match. I was like, dude, are you guys gonna do something with the ladder, or are you just gonna play tug of war?
hey man, tug of war is a great game to play with friends. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Anyway,
but it's not something you want to play with a ladder. That shit hurts. So
I mean, we can meet up
I'm
and we
just
can play
saying.
tug of war with a ladder sometime down here in Chicago. We'll see how that works out for both of us.
Okay, I like to see you play tug of war with a 20-foot ladder.
Real talk, it won't go It won't go well for me.
Exactly. It will not go well.
uh,
You know those like that's just like have you ever felt how those ladders at GameStop feel like? They're not pretty.
Bro, I've had to
So
go ahead and set up a bunch of like those advertisement and posters on the top, like on the wall. So on the ceiling, I mean. So I know for a fact they're not pretty. But
mm-mm.
going back into this match, Mia Yim spills out to the outside, and Io Shirai looks like she's about to set up for like a moonsault to the outside. Dakota Kai comes out. She tries to help out. She comes in and checks up on Mia. Moonsault to she hits the moonsault to Dakota Kai and Mia Yim, and it looks like Io Shirai is going to go back into the ring. She's about to climb, get up into the ladder. She gets to a certain point, and then Dakota Kai sees that Mia's out, and she's like, "No, no, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna help this team that didn't pick me, even though they just didn't pick me. I want to make sure that they get an advantage and help them out as much as I can." She comes
Dope
out
ass
there.
power bomb.
She hits one of the nastiest power bombs I've seen this week. Not named the Drew McIntyre power bomb, the one that he hit on Sin Cara. That was
Or the Damian Priest crucifix power bomb.
oh man, that was okay. Okay, never mind. That was the best power bomb this week. But anyway, I was just trying to get some props to Dakota Kai. Anyway, back to that. She hits the power bomb. She tries to get Mia Yim to climb the ladder. Mia Yim does go up and slowly climb the ladder, and we hear the crowd lose their shit like someone's coming out. I'm like, oh shit, who is it? None other than NXT UK Women's Champion Kaylee Ray, not to be mistaken or confused with Kylie Ray. She is not as nice and huggable and friendly as Kylie Ray, because Kaylee Ray just pushed poor Mia Yim to the like over the ladder and crashed to the outside into another ladder. That ladder broke right in half, dude. I felt for Mia, dude. She went through it this match.
I mean, I feel like she took the most abuse. Like she took the most abuse in this match. Like when I saw her when she literally they kind of like put a shot of her on the ladder, like after the ladder crashed down, and I was like, "Oh, why, why?" Like I wanted her to win. Why?
But she didn't,
But
unfortunately, with the help of Kylie Ray. I mean Kaylee Ray.
Kyla, Kaylee,
With the help of Kaylee Ray, my girl Io Shirai won the ladder match, and she gave the advantage to her team at War Games, which is interesting. I did not see Kaylee Ray being added to Team Baszler. I'm kind of intrigued with it. I thought it was kind of cool. It was weird
and
because
then
wait, hold up,
then
hold
we
up.
had our oh
Hold
well
up,
yeah
hold up. We'll,
yeah.
we'll set up to that because I did want to talk about how weird it was because they were showing like highlights and stuff, and they go back into the ring. Io Shirai's at the top celebrating. Kaylee Ray is still where she was at, but now Bianca Belair magically instant transmission her way to the ring, and now they're all celebrating together.
He did not just use instant transmission. Oh my god.
She probably did. We don't know. Either that or she called a flying Nimbus and then just made her way to the ring. It was all three of them. They were in the ring, and it was kind of set up.
First of all, let me just say something. I am not with this whole thing about Bianca Belair siding with the enemy. I'm just saying.
The thing I have an issue with
As
Bianca right
as
now is that it doesn't feel like she's a clear babyface or heel from like storyline to storyline. I feel like she kind of plays like that tweener role
which is okay, but the one thing I just kind of feel like she shouldn't be siding with Shayna.
And we talked about this last week, how we both felt how Io and Bianca shouldn't be wanting to be on Team Shayna. They should want to take out Shayna because they both want to be champion.
Yeah, and in as many battles that both of them have had with Shayna Baszler and not overcome that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So
like,
I don't know.
I just don't understand. I guess it's just one of those things that you can't really get over because, like I said, I remember watching Takeover and watching Shayna choke out Bianca Belair. Like, I remember that. I remember watching that, thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, I thought she was gonna win. She didn't win. Just like, even if she's not a babyface, you shouldn't be working with Shayna Baszler.
For sure.
Everybody should hate Shayna Baszler. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And you should want what she has. You shouldn't want to be on her team and help her out. But I mean, not everybody feels that way because as we were talking, Bianca, Io, Kaylee, they were in the ring celebrating. Team captain Shayna Baszler comes out, her music hits, she's almost here like proud. Yes, this is my team, we're gonna dominate. And out of nowhere,
and my Bailey comes out of nowhere. Oh my god,
dude!
Bailey just comes out of nowhere.
She
I was
Shayna,
like, that was like the best part of like by far that was the best swerve of the night. I did not expect Bailey to come. I was like, oh my god, that's Bailey!
Yeah. She comes out, she clocks Shayna Baszler and hits her new finisher to Shayna Baszler on her own title. And then Bianca, Io, and Kaylee, they go and try to make the save. And I don't know if you noticed, Bailey was barely leaving, and Bianca could have gotten Bailey, but she kind of did the whole, I'll get you next time. Given what we saw with the Bailey attack, is it safe to say that she was responsible for all those attacks?
Nah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that she was the mystery attacker.
I think Bailey was only responsible for Shayna's attack.
No, dude.
I still think that
Dakota Kai was responsible. It's an interesting mystery that's gonna have to play and develop on NXT TV.
Because I think about it like this: nothing was still solved. Mia Yim still lost, and think about it like this: what if Mia Yim gets taken out of War Games?
Ooh, yeah, maybe this match writes her off of a storyline, and Dakota Kai next week gets added to the team. I think after like the match, they could write her off storyline wise and say that she's not clear to compete.
I mean, they could.
Maybe that's Dakota Kai's plan, was to take out everyone in Team Ripley just long enough to like maybe set something up so Mia gets taken out. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting storyline. They have my attention, and I'm intrigued to see what happens next week. I hope we get to see a little bit more Bailey in NXT because that shit was so cool. But with that being said, this has been the Smack Raw podcast, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.